Hello and welcome. I hope you are good. The weather is promising at least some sunlight. I hope where you are enjoying the day. You are blessed because it's another day for you to make an impact to change the world. I believe in you and I know you're making changes to the world. Welcome to today. My name is Winnie Kamuya, CEO International Renaissance Center, an international best-selling author, speaker, and a coach. Is it a good time for you to clarify your personal mission? Because you need that if you believe you're supposed to be leading. If you don't have a personal mission, then anything that comes along your way will go with you or will take you to a destination which might not be your choice. So keep and stay present. And if you don't have a personal mission, maybe it's time to ask yourself, what is my mission? Is it clear? What can I do to ensure that I have a personal mission that I'm working towards? Yesterday, we looked at making sure your future is compelling. How can it be compelling if you don't have a personal mission? When you wake up, what drives you to wake up? Do you have a roadmap? If you don't have a roadmap, maybe it's the reason that you are stuck. And maybe it's time for you to clarify that so that you no longer have to feel stuck. So today I just wanted to help you begin to think about your personal mission, which will eventually help you to lead and to align your team to your goals. When you think about the 20 years to come, the 30 years to come, where will you be heading? Do you have a map? Do you know? Do you understand? Are you breaking down that so that each day you are taking daily activities towards that one goal? Because it means that if you understand where you should be in the next few years, then you're good to go, and your success will really depend on what action you take every day based on that. And you know that is one thing that will motivate you each day as you work towards that plan. So yesterday, the first question I had, the first point I had for you was to know what you want to accomplish. I want to get back to that and ask you again. Do you know what you want to accomplish in the next few years? Because if you don't know, then how else will you be knowing what you're supposed to be doing right now towards what you want to accomplish? You need to know what you want to accomplish, why you need it, because once you know your why, you can be able to communicate it to the people that you will be leading. Because once they understand where they are going, why they are going there, then they will support you towards achieving that. So where are you heading to? What do you want to accomplish in the next 10, 20, 30 years? Where do you want to be? Because once you understand what you want to accomplish, remember, whatever you want to accomplish is what gives you significance. And if it gives you significance, it could be the contribution you're supposed to make in this place, in your organization. It could be in your community or in your family. And that contribution that you're making that gives you significance, it's what drives and motivates you each day. To do that, you need to ask yourself some questions. Some of those things we've talked about them, and maybe you need to relook at them because they will help you to come up with your personal mission. They will help you to know where you should be heading, what you should be doing every single day, because each day leads to that very day that you're looking forward to. And I want to remind you, when you have this personal mission, this is your goal, this is your constitution. This is what you carry. As you wake up each day, you say to yourself, or what you say to yourself each year, when you give yourself hope, especially during this time, you're giving yourself hope. I need to see next year. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see how it will be. I want to see my life next year. I want to get the promotion that I've been looking for. I want to be the head of the department. I want to be the director. I want to be the manager. I want to be the boss. What is that is driving you each day? To be better and to make sure you are taking daily actions, small as they could be, but moving yourself forward. Because that is what connects you to the rest of the world. That is what keeps you going. And if you don't have a personal mission, then you will say, well, I just want to be working. I just want to come to the office. I want everybody to see I am present in the office. But are you adding meaningful value to your presence in the office? Are you impacting other people's lives? Are you changing their lives so that they are better than you found them? Are you ensuring that as your interaction with them, they know that you have inspired and changed the way they looked at themselves, at the potential they have? Are you transforming them, making them believe in themselves and in their own ability to become better? What are you doing to transform those around you? You want to lead. Leadership is about influence. Influence comes when you help others change their lives, transform their lives. Look at situations that they thought they were impossible and really ask themselves, what was it that I was so afraid of? You mean I could do this? You mean it was not as difficult as it looked like? I'm grateful you passed my path, that I am able to do this, because I thought this was for some certain group of people. Is that you? If that is you, you are leading. If it is not you, what are you going to do to change? How will you make sure that your personal mission stays in line with your values? And now, the question is, what are your values? What do you believe in? Now, let's look at what's happening right now. You're at home and you really feel you should be in the office, and everything is not working as you planned. You're at home, you feel it's against what you believe in, that you should be going to the office and working. So one of your values maybe has been interfered with, the value in which you believe in freedom. So your freedom of movement, you feel, has been interfered with. But is it something that you want to breathe? What are the lessons you can learn during this time when your freedom has been limited? It is that you can be still resourceful where you are. You are not limited by the environment of your office. It is your mindset. And in my next few sessions from tomorrow, I'll be talking about mindset. Because when we have the right mindset, trust me, we will do things that we thought we couldn't do. So make sure you're asking yourself, what are my values? And to bring it home to you, let me give you 3 scenarios that can help you to start asking, what are your values? Because your values will then shed light on what you stand for. Because maybe you're saying, I'm not sure what I stand for. Of course you stand for something. It's only you've never sat down to reflect and ask yourself, what are your values, for you to be able to understand what you stand for. So think about a moment that everything was working, and this particular experience was so pleasant in your life, you felt that this is it. So the question you'll be asking yourself, what was happening at that moment? What was going on and how you felt? Because it tells you something about yourself. And what value do you feel was really at play? Is it the care you got? What value? It was the peak. What was happening? What did you feel? Okay? Then ask those values at that moment that were honored. Is it that they were present and at that moment you didn't realize, and that is why you felt maybe appreciated, maybe celebrated, maybe recognized? What were those values? Now let's take that to the other side, to the other corner of the world, and ask ourselves, and I've given you one example. It is, maybe it was your worst moment and you felt, no, this should not be. And you felt really suppressed. They didn't give you a chance even to speak. It could be in your office. They only said, you can't speak. You don't have a right to speak. What did you feel? You felt your values being violated. You felt suppressed. You felt, I want to speak up. I want to say something. I want them to know that I also feel something. And I want them to understand that they should listen to me. And I want to be heard. It happens every day. So you have both experiences when you are feeling at your best and when you're feeling at your worst. During those times, you get to discover your values. You get to discover the values that are being honored or the values you feel are being suppressed. You get to discover yourself during that time. You get to discover, oh, I want to stand for people who can express themselves and say, I need to be heard, I need to be seen, I need to be appreciated, I need to be recognized. What values are those? And those will give you ideas of where you need to be knowing you stand for something. You appreciate that you stand for something. Your values will highlight or bring forth what you stand for, and it is necessary for you to identify those values. There's so many values that are there out there. If you Google, you'll find them many. But I'm sure you have an idea of the values that you stand, that will help you to identify what you stand for. Because there's so many things that when you reflect back on the happy moments or your best moments, you will discover the values that were honored. When you look back at experiences that you felt, that this experience hasn't been my best experience, you will discover this is where I felt my values were not at the best. And that will tell you more about yourself. And the third way, if all your needs are met, okay, and you are given all the resources that you need, what is one thing you would love to do? And that is why we still come back to what? What would you like to accomplish? Because that gives you a sense of excitement and brings in some values that you could be saying they're dead, and they are not dead. So what are those things that you'd like to accomplish? Because they talk about some values that are within you, and that will help you to know also what it could mean in terms of what you'd stand for. Find out about your values, because they will help you to start creating your mission. The reason why you wake up every day going to an office, the reason why every day is motivated, there is something that pushes you, and you need to get to know. So these are the questions I would like you to use to create your personal mission, because I believe if you're going to be leading every day, you need to ask yourself certain questions. So what are some of the questions you'd like? Before I give you some questions, maybe I should give you an example of a personal mission. So this is one that is related to work, and it's a mission that someone has, and it says, use my skills and position to be a source of emotional, social, and financial good in this organization. Use my personal skills and position to be a source of emotional, social, and financial good in this organization. So that's an example of a personal mission. So you need to create yours. You need to have yours. I have mine. You need yours. So these are the questions that you can use to guide you to build your personal mission. Number one, what motivates you? What brings you the greatest satisfaction? What motivates you? What brings you the greatest satisfaction? Remember, we talked about having all the resources. What would you do? Maybe that's the question that is helping you and guiding you to find out your values. So the second question, what does success look like if you were a leader today? What does it look like if you looked at yourself and said, today I'm 50 years old, or today I'm 70 years old. I'm looking back and I can see I wanted to lead this team to this place, or I wanted to lead my organization to make sure that it was the best in the world. Is it? So those are the things that you define. Where do you see it? And the last question, very important, we've talked about this so many times. What unique roles are you able to fulfill in people's lives? Now, here is where leadership screams at you, reminding you, you are supposed to be transforming other people's lives, and you can't transform other people's lives without understanding the unique role you play. So number three, what unique roles are you able to fulfill in people's lives? Trust me, if you are influencing other people's lives, they're changing for the better. If they're not changing for the better, ask yourself why, what you're doing wrong. Change that, because you need to be able to influence other people's lives and see them moving forward. The thing is this, anytime you're transforming other lives and they're getting better, you are also getting better. There's nowhere where you are getting others better and you are moving backwards unless there is some problem within you. Because the universe gives us resourcefulness, reminds us that we have it and we can share it, and it is in plenty. It's not limited, it's unlimited. If you believe it's unlimited, then you will really use your resourcefulness to ensure that others get better. So now, using those three questions, let me repeat the questions to you again. These are the questions you want to ask yourself. Number one, what motivates you? What brings you the greatest joy or satisfaction? Number two, what does success look like to you? So you want to be a leader. What does your leadership success look like? So in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, if you look back at your leadership success journey, how will it be looking? Number three, what unique roles are you able to fulfill in people's lives? Remember, you are here to impact others. You are here to transform others. You are here to inspire others. If you're inspiring others, they're transforming, they're becoming better. That's your role, and that is what you're here to do. So now you can go start writing down your personal mission. When it's clear, then you have every reason to know that every day I wake up motivated because I know my goal. And I give you the example. My goal is to use my skills and position to be a source of emotional, social, and financial goods in this organization. So go write your mission and make sure that it's changing and transforming the world. And if that is what it is going to be doing, then you have every reason to feel you're transforming the world and you are leading. And if you are leading, you are influencing and you are inspiring others. And I believe that for you to be able to wake up every day motivated, ready to go and transform other people's life, you need the right mindset. So starting tomorrow, I'll be looking at the mindsets, and we shall be discussing and looking at the mindsets of other successful leaders. What do they think? How do they think? How can we borrow from their mindsets to bring to our mindsets so that we can become better? Because without understanding the mindsets, we can have all the tools, all the strategies, but without the right mindset, we will remain the same. So now we want to pick from their brains, we want to pick from their habits, we want to pick from what they do daily, we want to be able to take, even if it's one thing that will help us to become that better leader, that's what we'll do. So from tomorrow we shall be looking at that, and I believe that will be very useful to the next session on leadership, because without that, then we will have failed in our goal, because we'll have all the strategies, all the tools, everything we need to do, but with the wrong mindset, we won't move. So we need the right mindset, and we shall be looking at mindsets, so that as we go on with our leadership positioning, because the next thing is, once you have all this, then you have the leadership tools, you position yourself and you will be successful, because at the end of it all, you want to be a successful leader. That is the end of how you will see yourself. So if you're going to see yourself in that place, you have to have the right tools and strategies to make sure it happens and you realize it, because realizing it is step by step. It's not something you do in one day, and it happens. So until next time, leave your comments and feedback below. I believe and trust that this is very helpful to ensuring that you're now moving and placing yourself in the right place, so that you are able to lead as yourself. And when you're leading as yourself, you are leading authentically as you. I trust and believe you are. Until next time, it's a goodbye, and make this day a day where you state, this is where it all begins, and this is where I need to be, and this is where I need to go. So have a blessed day today. Until tomorrow, I'll see you then. It's a goodbye.